Dave here, coming to you from my little kitchen. My heritage is Danish, and a lot of Danish cooking lends itself to being very sweet. And one of the side dishes I make for dinners is my Danish Sweet Red Cabbage. Normally I make it for Christmas or Easter. It goes very well with a turkey dinner. You can pour turkey gravy on my red cabbage and it's probably good enough to bathe in. I'm going to show you exactly how I make it, so let's get cooking. So when working with red cabbage, for me, the number one thing is gloves. It'll save me from getting purple hands. Alright, so I have one head of red cabbage here. It's probably like a medium-sized head. You know, I'm just cooking for 3 of us right now, so I don't really need that much. So if you come down the side or the center, maybe a little bit better cut would have worked, but still, you can just triangle out the core there. Throw that away. And I always like to take off like the top peel of cabbage. And now I'm just going to slice this down. And right into the pot. To the red cabbage, I add about a 1/4 cup of water, and that's just to really start the process, save it from burning, gives the heat something to transfer to. Once the red cabbage starts to cook out, it'll release a lot of its own moisture as well. And I also add a splash of vinegar. The reason I add the vinegar, because when you cook red cabbage, it can lose its color and can actually turn like a funny blue-gray color, and the vinegar helps lessen that effect. So I'll cover, bring that up to temperature, and then I'll reduce it down to a medium-low heat. Now literally, I will cook the living crap out of my red cabbage. It'll simmer for 4 to 5 hours. I'll let it get soft and tender, simmer for maybe half an hour or so before I put in the next ingredient, but it's going to have a long cook time. Like when I'm doing a Christmas dinner, I will make this dish the day before and let it cook all day. You just got to make sure it doesn't run out of water so it doesn't burn, but the longer it cooks, the more delicious it gets, in my opinion. Alright, steaming away. Let's lower that down to a medium-low temperature and lid back on. Okay, I've had the cabbage simmering for about an hour, and I've come and stirred it a few times and checked the water just to make sure it's not going to burn. And you can still feel the cabbage isn't completely soft yet, and that's one of the reasons I really like to cook it for a long time. But once it's lost its initial hardness and it's simmered for about an hour like this, that's where I like to add the next couple of ingredients. So very simply, just some sugar on top, and I don't really measure, I just kind of look and see if the top looks like it's got a good coating of snow. That's enough. And then I have Smucker's raspberry jam, You could use any kind of jam, really, even my homemade jam that I did, the strawberry rhubarb. But I really, over the years, I've just kind of gravitated to this Smucker's raspberry jam, and I put about, for this one, I think maybe that much, which looks to be about 3 tablespoons. And then I'll just cover it and let it simmer, and all that sugar and jam will melt in there. And so literally this will simmer until dinner time. So the red cabbage has been cooking for close to 5 hours, and as you can see, it's reduced. Still got a little bit of liquid in there, which is what I like. And that's the final result. Danish red cabbage.